Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. So today I thought it would be a great day to discuss why I no longer choose to watch the news. So I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to get in here and click that like button real quick, and then we're going to start discussing why I no longer watch the news. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So hey y'all. Okay, so we're not watching the news, or I don't watch the news. My kids really don't watch the news because a lot of it I feel is not 100% legit. And so I choose not to really watch stuff, and only maybe for weather updates and things like that. But then I have the weather app on my phone, so I really don't really need to check the news anyway unless there's something going on major for, um weather. But I don't really choose to watch the news anymore because a lot of it just seems fake and phony, especially if you know how to decode now. It's like the stories and the names in the stories and everything is super coded, and it's like sounds just like a message being sent on a grand scale to a lot of people right now. And that may be wrong, but that's how it seems to me. So a lot of the news stories that I hear, it's like after about 3 seconds of, or maybe after about 2 minutes of listening to it, I can hear the code in it and I'm just totally done. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, and then a lot of stuff won't make sense on purpose. So those that, have awareness will know that it's fake as well. And that's why I say, they always come out with a lot of fake stories around certain times, around the times that's when it's in between fall and winter, and in between spring and summer. Um, and during those hot and cold seasons, they're trying to even out the frequencies and the energies. And so I really don't pay attention to any of those because I like to preserve my energy and use it for what I choose necessary, such as manifesting and getting the things that I want. I'm not going to be worried about stuff that doesn't concern me. I'm not going to be mad about things I'm not going to stand up and change anyway. And so I'm not going to allow any type of emotional, um, occurrences to happen due to something on the news that's super coded and I feel is fake. Okay. And even if things aren't 100% fake, they're very much edited. And so if you're going to edit truth and things like that, then it might as well kind of be fake. And I don't like how it's manipulated or orchestrated if it is. So I don't really watch it unless it's to pick it apart and, show the flaws that were put there or the code that was put there due to, the message that was trying to be sent. So, yes, fake news, darling. so, whichever, like a lot of people will really believe it because they're emotionally attached to the story, not whether it's fact or fiction. So it's just like a good movie. People will really get pulled into a good movie if they're into the storyline, or if the storyline, touches them emotionally. So for me, if you can see the code and the message and the orchestration of it all, then you're not really pulled in emotionally. You're just aware of the message that's sent, and then you can be gone. Out of if you just ask certain details, like what was the person's name, what town was it in, and this, and that. Okay, got the message. So it's like, huh? That doesn't make any sense. The message is clear if you know code, and okay, message gotten, whatever. So I feel like you said the working class is less fortunate, in my opinion. I feel like even if you take the time, on your spare time to learn the codes and stuff like that. If you join my Patreon, I have, a lot of stuff on there, and I typed out how I decode certain things, and I've recommended books and all those type of things on how I got to the point that I got, and able, in order to decode. I'll put my Patreon there. You guys know, and there's lots of PDF books and videos and like breakdowns that I've done on my Patreon. But you guys know that I um, read a lot. I used to study way more than I do now, but I've read a lot of books on how to decode words, how to decode symbols, names of cities, da da da. Like everything I'm doing the research on. And so if it's checking out as code, then I feel like, okay, well, that's an orchestrated message. And if you didn't get the message, then you're going to get the emotional backlash of not being able to get the message. So it's kind of yeah, it's kind of like teaching, okay, well, either we're going to get your attention emotionally and your energy emotionally, or you're going to get the message that we're sending. So either way, or you're not going to listen to anything at all and just continue living your daily life. Um, Uh, you said same. You studied Black Law Dictionary. It was wild. Exactly. I mean, if you take one of those law dictionaries and read how everything is trickery, and words are certain words are code for certain things, or legalese or whatever you want to call it, then you're going to start to see it in everyday life as well, and you're going to start to see a lot more, especially if you have books on the power of words, magic words, and things like that, and you know how spells work and sigils work, then you're also going to know that a lot of stuff is fake. And to put a spell on the masses to draw energy, that's what spell work is: drawing energy, invoking energy, imbibing things with energy, taking energy, giving energy. And so, in order to do this on a mass scale, certain stories are orchestrated to allow those energies to be sucked, whether it's emotional, um, or happiness, or da, 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 da. It doesn't really matter. But if you're willing to involve yourself emotionally, then you're voluntarily giving your energy. So when people say, "Oh, you're cold because you don't care," or "It is real," I don't care enough to give away my energy to that specific cause if no one's ever going to do anything about anything that's happening. I mean, people will complain all day but won't get up and do nothing. So why should I care? Okay, so never give your energy to anyone who is not, who doesn't deserve it. I mean, there's other ways to give energy to people. Okay, don't give it away for free unless you're getting something out of it. Okay. Um, You value your energy. Everyone else should as well. Um, a lot of people don't know that if you claim to be white on any government form, you're claiming, among other things, that you originate in Upper Africa, Egypt by law. LOL, what? But what if you claim other? Does that mean you came from another world? You should look that up. If you claim other, where you came from outer space or something. Okay. But that's something to research. They got a new little other chick now. Okay. Watch hmm, watch a lot of videos. Okay. Some people that are in your life can have the same effect as the news. Exactly. And I feel that in like sometimes it's comedy or funny. And sometimes you know it because it's like it's too obvious. And so when things are obvious and you're like, okay, well, I'll entertain them just to see how far it goes. As long as you're aware and you know that it's all fake or, a game or whatever, then it's fine. But when you really start believing stuff, it's kind of like, okay, fake news. But at the same time, it's kind of like when people are telling you stuff that may or may not be true in your real life, and you just entertain them to see how far they're going to take it. Hmm. Okay. Um, you, you don't. Okay. Let me see. What's my race, ethnic, everything, child? I don't even know anymore. Every other week, I'm getting updates on my DNA. You know how you have like ancestry.com or people do run your DNA and tell you every blood you have in your body. Like, dang, I got everything. I'm waiting on Eskimo. I guess that would be Native American. Got that too. So I literally have everything in there. Okay. You said they could keep updating the regions and percentage. I mean, they taking "We Are the World" very literally over here. We are the world, literally over here. Um, but yeah, my parents. What are they? You're curious? Everywhere in the world, baby. North America, South America, Asia, Europe, Hawaii. Well, I guess it is in America. Caribbean islands. Um, a bunch of s- s- places. Hmm. So wherever, point on a map, and there you go. Everywhere. As far as race or ethnicity is concerned, anyway. Yeah. I guess they would call that indigenous. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Everywhere indigenous. Um, so I guess I'm just indigenous. You don't watch the news because it lowers your vibration. I don't watch the news because I keep decoding it and not listening to the story because I don't care about the story. I just decode it and be like fake news and turn it and find something more interesting to watch. I mean, if I'm going to watch fiction, it might as well make sense and have better actors. You know what I'm saying? Um, oh, yeah, let me find something with some better actors in it. Oh, here go a good show. Yeah. So I feel like that's how I feel about the fake news. Um, trying hard to refocus your energy after hearing that news. Yeah, it's like honestly, I don't comment on whether how you feel about something. But I also don't really entertain fake news that's been called out fake news and has been proven a lot of times to be fake news on several different occasions over and over again. I mean, once you're not credited, like, once you're discredited, like as a news channel and um, not getting the real, you're not getting anything that's close to the truth out there, then you kind of lose credit, and some people remember that and they no longer subscribe to fake news. If you have so much evidence that um, something is fake, then you tend to not feel something is real when if something real does happen. So, you know, a lot of news channels have to work on getting back the trust of people because no one believes them anymore. Okay. Um, yeah, you should stop because it's always in the summertime. Like if you think about it, every summer around this time or close to summer, something crazy happened to spark something off so that you have something to watch during the summer when everybody's home. The TV stations are able to be watched. All the what is this? All the ratings can go up, you know, and then during winter break, all the ratings are going to go up while y'all are at home eating y'all's Thanksgiving turkey and or Christmas holiday. The news stories come in then because they know y'all gonna be home. That's how they make their money. So if you make your money based on views, if it's there's no weather or no major big giant stories that get the masses, then how are they going to stay in business? Nobody watches the news anymore. People just scroll online. So it's just a ploy to stay, relevant as a news channel. I don't see any point to watching it I was on my Instagram and my timeline, and I didn't see anything to do with any. I never saw any news stories about anything that's happening right now because nobody cares. And the reason why no one cares is because if it was real, if it was or wasn't real, nobody's going to go and do anything about it. So who cares? Like at a certain point, people don't care anymore if other people don't care. So what's the point? And a lot of people don't even believe it's true. So they don't care because it's not true. Okay. So they don't even bother. It's not really affecting people like they thought it would anymore. If you want to affect people, like if you want to start to affect more people, then perhaps instead of showing negativity, maybe positivity would be better. I think a lot of people are spreading more positive news these days or wisdom or something like that, maybe something more profound instead of the same old thing every year. Not everybody's going to keep falling for the okey doke over and over and over. I mean, people are going to start to see a pattern if they pay attention. But they keep a lot of people working, busy, struggling, so that they don't see the pattern. But I see the pattern. I've been seeing the pattern since when I first started seeing the pattern. It was, I think I started really paying attention when I think 2008, 9. Then the pattern continues, the same exact pattern. Um, so I don't really pay attention to it because I know it's orchestrated. These news channels have upped the production to a point it seems they're really trying. I know they have nothing else to report. Like I think most people don't realize that, if there was real crime to report, like, you know, um, the actual crimes that they cover up and not report, that would be more interesting, honestly. Not some grand orchestrated thing, but like people are upset because something happened. I'm like, well, that happens every day in certain neighborhoods, just not all at once. But shoot, I used to work in the funeral home. I know what happens, and so how come that those things aren't on the news? How come like all the missing people aren't on the news? Like the real news stories don't make it to the news. Only the fake ones. Think about it. There are way more people that have passed away and have been missing than what has been presented to us lately, and they don't care. So then, but they expect you to care when it's an orchestrated story. I don't. If y'all don't care, I don't care. Anything that's orchestrated to make you care or get mad or emotional, then I don't even pay attention to that because it's just fake. If you really care, then care every day. Care all the time. Care about everybody. Okay. Because I can't care when you want me to care if you don't care when I need you to care. Hmm. Y'all still got crimes to solve. Y'all still got a bunch of crimes to solve. Y'all, I don't care. Y'all need to call up Law and Order, SVU, Special Victims Unit. Y'all need to get Olivia on the case. Y'all need to get what's his name? Y'all need to get Columbo. Yeah, y'all need to bring him back and get him. Y'all need to get who else on the case? Detective Stabler. Y'all need Ice T up in there. Detective Munch. Where they at? I know they can solve some crimes. Come on. All right. Wait. Who's the guy on CSI that's really smart? I keep forgetting his name. I haven't watched it in a long time. He's like on the FBI. He's like really nerdy. Anyway, we need him too. Okay. Sprinkle. Where's Shamar Moore? I don't know his real name on the show. Mm. Yeah, Spencer. We need Spencer. Y'all tell me y'all got better detectives on TV than in real life? See, this is why I can't really believe it because it's like unbelievable. Hmm. You said we a mess. I know. Right? Oh yeah, we need Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Who did it and why. You said SVU solves crimes in an hour. I know, or a couple of days, according on the show timeline, like a few days. They done. Next. Hmm. Just like they always solve the crime within a few days on the fake news too. Real crime don't really ever really get solved because criminals is probably smarter than real criminals is probably smarter. Okay, fake crimes get solved quick, just like on fake fiction TV. Ask most real police officers. Like most crimes don't get solved, only fake ones, baby. Sprunk, sprunk. Um, they really fall for the hype by letting them harvest their energy. I know. Shoot. They out there collecting plasma, begging for plasma on a radio station or on the YouTube ads, and now they begging for y'all energy too on a news channel. I'm like, dang, y'all just bigaboo. Uh, anyway, you said Buffalo News got poor ratings, so they had to reboot. Oh my goodness. They're trying to sell the idea of monkey. I know somebody. There's like, oh, look it up. I'm like, why would I look something up that I don't? That's not going to concern me. You look it up. I don't care about that. Like, what new fake disease they coming out with now? What new orchestration are they coming out with now for people to grab onto and manifest? I don't know. Like that's up to y'all. If you don't want it, don't look it up. You don't want it, don't pay attention to it. Um, Obviously they want you scared and in your house and afraid to live, baby. So you know what? Live it up even more and go where you want to go. Because that's what I'm doing. Getting ready to go on vacation. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm gonna have fun, and that's what exactly you should be doing as well. Okay. You said there are designer diseases. That's why everyone wants it. Where I know this. Yeah, it's the designer disease. Designer disease. It's like they could tell. Like they can go tell old war stories. I survived the such and such of 2020. I survived the. For real, you did. Okay. Well, I survived the whole shift. Sprinkle, sprinkle, because I didn't believe none of it. That's what my merch says. I survived the shift because I didn't fall for the okey doke. Um, yeah, y'all can buy my merch. It's down there in my channel page. But honestly, like we don't fall. I don't fall for the okey doke. So whatever. Your mom calls you crying. I know they work on them old people though. They work on the old people and they try to work on the parents. But like, mhm. How do you attract a woman as fine as me with the money? Sprinkle, sprinkle. My cash app. Here you go. Hold on. I'll give it to you. See what you work with. You asked, I told. All right. I'll be waiting. All right. So, y'all got me over here changing the subject and stuff. Okay. You watched comedy special last night while everyone watched the fake news. Okay. Yeah. I don't really watch the news channels anymore anyway. This is some weather headed my way. Hmm. Hmm. So, it's more for the older people that, and I feel like the thing is, like, honestly, what I feel, it's like it's almost like a purge. It's out with the old, in with the new. That's why they're encouraging people to have babies by outlawing certain things. And they're sucking the energy of the older generations who believe everything. It's kind of like they're trying to, speed up a cycle of some sort, or to take the energy from the older people and, recycle it into the new people that's coming in, being born and things like that. So if you want to remain neutral and keep all your energies and da da da, da, even if you do believe it, just don't watch it. It doesn't matter. Just don't watch it, even if you're still believing the stuff on there. Just don't even watch it, and that'll be more helpful. Okay. So, just pay attention to the money and the population control and how they want to change the world. And in order to change the world majorly, the old people have to die out and the new people have to be born. And the people that are here now are, the transition or the people that make the changes. Okay. Because just in a matter of the last 10 years, so many things have changed that the older generations actually fought against or would not approve of or are still very uncomfortable with today. So to slowly seep their energies at certain times of year, um, and to bring the attention elsewhere to younger people, like everybody on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, watching their favorite videos, learning how to do, magic spells, manifest, da 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 da. And so, with that knowledge, you can kind of see what's happening and the energy that's being set. So they don't really fall for it as much. And, the older generations are more likely to believe that because they grew up believing everything they saw in the news. And even if you go and watch the old news stories, the old fake news stories from a long time ago, the major events that happened, you can pick out what was faked and what was super faked. And so I like to do that sometimes. Like, watching old stuff doesn't really emotionally get you because it's over and done with. But if you can see how fake it is, then you can start to see the fakeness in the modern news too. So, like, and a lot of the fake news is for so many different reasons you wouldn't even believe it. But I feel like if you don't give your energy to it and you just get the message and the real story and you're fine, then that's good, that's okay. But to be emotionally involved in something that has nothing to do with you is a way of harnessing your energy. Okay. Um, right. And like, yeah, people are, a lot of there, like, there's a lot of experiments that are going on. Like, do we really need offices? Can people work from home now? Do we really need as many kids in one place or in school? Or can many go to homeschool or virtual school? Do we really need, all this? Why are gas prices so high? Because people aren't driving to work anymore. And so the gas price has to be hiked up to make up for the loss. Okay, so everything is a money. And so if you just follow that and follow the money out with the old and with the new, then you'll see the pattern and you really won't care because it's all orchestrated to flow. Okay, so um, teachers don't get paid a lot, you know. It's ridiculous how low teachers really get paid. Um, if there are less classroom teachers, or if teachers can teach from their house, then the pay may not be as bad, or the pay may increase for in-school teachers. It's a lot of stuff that people are trying to change, or maybe their technology is going to reach a point where you won't even really need teachers at a certain point if you can learn everything online. And so the transition from this method of doing something, which is like the in-person method, is slowly turning into the virtual method. And in order to orchestrate this, you need to instill the fear, you need to put the laws in place, and you need to make sure people are for less interaction. That's why everything is online now. People date online, people take meetings online, work online, go to school online. So they're phasing out a lot of stuff that is, in person and allowing you to feel like it's necessary and how important it is because of, an orchestrated event. And so I really see that. And so I don't be bothered. Okay. Everything is flowing in the direction that it was orchestrated to flow. And so getting upset and all those things is not going to do anything about it. It is what it is. There's no need to fear. All you're going to do is attract whatever that fear is to you. Just continue to live your life and do what you like. And whatever your preference is, continue to do your preference. A lot of older people, they were used to writing checks, standing in line to pay bills at the grocery store, writing checks at the grocery store line, and now look what we have. We have automatic bill pay. We have paying all bills online. We have Apple Pay. We have all these different ways of paying. We got Cash App. We got all these different. We got all this, digital currency now. Older people won't even. A lot of older people won't even be bothered with any of that. They still writing checks. I mean, I got checks too, but that's only for like one bill. But a lot of people are still writing checks and they don't know how to log on a computer. Okay. And since everything is going digital and everything's being paid like that, you know, they're phasing out older people. And a lot of ways that they do that is to put fear into them so they don't go out, to siphon their energy with these, fake news stories, and to put all these quote unquote diseases for low immune people out because they already know older people have lower immune systems. And they're just phasing out what they don't feel like is profitable anymore. You can't make a lot of money on older people. They're more of a liability because they have to pay their Social Security and their Medicare and ABC and D and D. Blah, 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 blah. So they're basically just phasing them out and bringing in new workers that they can make money off of, which are, So if you really just think about it like that, then you'll see, and you won't be concerned anymore because it is what it is. Hmm. You said hopefully not the old sugar daddy. Well, that's why they got y'all youngsters to keep them hip, child. Sugar daddies be looking for some help. Y'all don't know, but y'all give them back their essence, their youth. They stop caring about stuff that old people be caring about, and they try to be young again. You said who are doing all this? It takes a lot of people to do a massive job, so it's like a bunch of people. You know, everybody's hands are dirty. It's like everybody's hands are dirty. Okay, people who want to profit. So if you like, honestly, like you can't point the finger at one person or one group because it all reflects on everyone else at the same time. So it's everybody. If you if you put your money or your energy towards something more digital than something physical, then you're increasing the value of that digital whatever, and you're decreasing the value of the physical item. And so, supply and demand, it's you. Yeah, it's a team effort. So the supply and demand of it all, everything is an ebb and flow. So whatever you're demanding, there's a supply. There needs to be a supply for it. And if you can't get profit off of certain people, then the supply and demand. You got to bring in, get out the old, bring in the new, take over, and get it done. So whatever they're pushing on you, whatever they're telling you to do, if you go and do it, then you're part of the whole thing too. So, you know how people are always saying, "Oh, invest in this and you buy this, do this, wear this, shop here." That's part of it. That's why you see all those people who go off grid and like be living off the land and not connected to anything and what they call, off grid or slow living. They're not being majorly influenced to do what the masses are being influenced to do in order to push that, you know, all this stuff that occurs because everything is an effect from whatever it is that the consumer wants. Whatever the consumer wants, you're going to see it reflected somewhere. That's why. If everyone, and I'm not saying is gonna do this, but and I don't ever feel like they ever will, but if they did, that would change a lot of things. If everyone started doing like they did in the old days, um, and make their own stuff, not really pay attention to the news and live by their own beat of their drum, then a lot of that's why a lot of that's why they don't like a lot of people that want to change things in a major way because it would put like a big issue. It would make a big issue of profits and stuff. Like for example, and I've said this in my older videos. If somebody came out tomorrow with a car that ran on air or water, the entire oil industry or petroleum industry or whatever would collapse, which would leave a bunch of people with no money, a bunch of big corporations bankrupt, more crime. So it's very hard to kind of just do something overnight or within a very short period of time. They have to have time to adjust and transform into some other form of wealth. Okay. And so if when people are coming out with ideas that are way ahead of their time or they're not way ahead of their time. They're way ahead of the greed that is taking place or the domino effect that would take place if such an invention or such a thing would be released. So they're starting very slow and they're introducing ideas so that everyone can get on board and so the flow is easier. It's like the electric car. Every car after the first electric car came out, every car company should have had an electric car by now, right? But that would put a lot of the manufacturers and the oil business out. So they're starting slowly. They're introducing one, then two. First, they came out with the hybrid. It's slowly happening. But in order for it to make sense on paper and with money, it has to be slow. So whenever you see a fake news story or anything like that, it's only to get you to agree with something that's coming down the line. It's only to get your energy if you still, subscribe to, certain stories. And if you're not online, if you're not digital, if you're not manifesting your best life, but you're paying attention to other stuff that does not concern you, then you're voluntarily giving your energy to different foreign sources anyway. Okay, so that's what you're agreeing to. So it's it's not it's kind of like a conscious decision of where you want your energy to flow. So if you turn on something that makes you happy and you're laughing and you're having a good time and you feel energized and happy afterwards, that's what you did for yourself. If you turn on some story that makes you sad and upset and things like that, you voluntarily did that. That's why they call TV channels because you're channeling whatever it is that you choose to watch. You're channeling that energy and or you're releasing those emotions that channeled energy has evoked from you. So whatever you do, watch something that's going to help you. That's why they have all these new streaming services where you can pick and choose what you want to watch. You don't have to accidentally flip on something and say, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" You can selectively choose what you want to see and how you want to feel these days. And a lot of people, are the older generations are so addicted to watching the news and all these major news stories that they They feel like they're informed, they're in the know, they're really gonna get together and do something about it by talking on the phone and yelling and getting upset and not ever doing anything at all. So I'm like, "You know what? Y'all have fun. I'm gonna be over here doing what I do." Um, so that's all you have. You kinda have to make sure that your energy is going to where you need it to go, and that's best for you, your family, whatever, you know. If you think about it, most of the billionaires and the people that are innovative thinkers, they're not commenting on it at all. They don't care because they know it's fake. Uh-oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. Sips, what is that? Some tea? Or what are you holding up in that little emoji? It's so cute. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate that. So, ask the people that, are the innovators of today. They're not going to even respond to you and like, oh, it's such a shame, and then move on. You ask Donald Trump, he gonna tell you fake news. The news channels hated him, but he was on to something. He was trying to tell y'all. Um, what I think about lawn mowing old wizard next door, he won't stop. What do you do about the lawn mower wizard next door? He won't stop. I think that's very easy to figure out, but I'm not gonna say it on here. All right, you're going to make your Amazon wish list and focus on your level up journey. Okay, that sounds good to me. Always do that. That way, when a holiday comes around, or your birthday comes around, or y'all, my anniversary for YouTube is coming up in June. I think it's June. Yeah, it's gonna be 10 years in June, or is it 8 or 10 years? But it's probably gonna be more like 10 because I had a YouTube channel before this. It's gonna be about 10 years since I've been on YouTube on these channels. So I don't know, maybe I'll do an anniversary video or something like that. But yeah. Dang, 10 years. What? I feel a little old now, but I still look young. Um, so yeah, I saw like I'll go to my YouTube channel and I see videos and it says 10 years ago. I'm like, dang, I've been on here this long? Wow. It doesn't even seem like 10 years. It's like, oh wow, like I've been doing this that long. It's honestly, it only seems like 2 years, 3 years. I guess when you like doing something, it doesn't seem like a long time. Um, so you said time isn't real. Yeah, but yeah, I know it doesn't even feel like 10 years, right? Um, you you ever heard of I don't even know. I heard of all those things, but I also feel like that stuff is science. A lot of stuff is science. So if you know science, you already know about those things, and it's not news or conspiracy, a lot of stuff. So, I studied a lot of science in my field, former and prior to being on YouTube. So that kind of stuff is just normal. If you read studies and scientific studies and research papers, a lot of stuff is like common information. It's just a lot of stuff is just introduced to people who aren't familiar with it, and then they feel like it's something to know or some type of conspiracy or whatever. But that's just normal science and biology. So you never listen to any corporate news platform. I don't know, like y'all might as well make that a streaming service. Y'all ain't gonna have nobody signed up. If the news were a streaming service, they would be broke. Just think about it like that. Because no one would accidentally fall upon it, or no one would be watching or flipping through the channels to see what it was. They would only be able to get their news from the internet, and they wouldn't be able to sensationalize it and put false spins and narratives on the story. So if news channels were streamed, nobody would pay for that. Who's going to pay for bad news? They're gonna really have to start making up some stuff for people to subscribe. Then, let's see what y'all can do. And the old people gonna be like looking for the newspaper because they ain't finna sign up for no streaming service. And they gonna be like, no, reading their local newspaper for the city or the town that they live in. And it's gonna, be fine again. They won't be all worried and hyped up and afraid. So, do you know anything about consumer law? Um, it is the law to consume. If you don't buy nothing, people start messing with you. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. There you go. Y'all better put some money into this economy or else. No. All right, there we go. Y'all better shop. Let me send you an ad to buy something real quick. Let me spy on you so I know what you need so I can put an ad up on your Instagram. Let me spy on your phone so I know what products you almost out of. Ooh, you almost out of toilet paper? Okay. Let me pop up a toilet paper on an algorithm. Some Charmin up there for you. Go buy. That algorithm is funny. Um, hey, you're gonna be watching Stranger Things? Yes. Yeah, we're gonna be watching Stranger Things too. What if news became commercials like they paid content creators? Y'all got 30 seconds to tell me the story, or else we skipping the ad. People gonna be skipping the news. Skip. You said CNN canceled their streaming app because nobody was signing up for it. Ain't nobody care about fake news or bad news. Like, you said they really, yeah. Like whenever you get like a phone and you have to sign up, and it says agree to these terms in small print, like agree that we can spy on you and look and see what you need and put them up on the algorithm so you don't run out of toilet paper. Sure, why not? I guess. Oh my gosh, they see the bare toilet paper cardboard thing, and all of a sudden, as soon as you sign on Instagram, it's an ad for Charmin. It's oh my gosh, how did you know? But we have a lot of toilet paper. It's just in the closet, and someone was probably too lazy to put it on the roll. So, y'all want to hear something funny? So, the algorithm, you know how it spies on you and like presents ads to you for what's surrounding you. So, my computer, I had to take my computer into Best Buy to get something done to it, and I was talking with one of the dudes from Geek Squad, and I say, I said, a lot of people say like their phones are being hacked because they're getting like their algorithm and stuff is being like it's too coincidental. And he started laughing. He was like, "Yeah, just ignore it." I'm like, "Yeah, but a lot of people are like, why do they have to spy on me and da 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 da? That's how they making money." And like the younger generations, and it kind of freaked me out at first too. I ain't gonna lie, but the younger generations know that too, and they just don't care. It's like, oh well. And so it's all about the money now. It's not about the news. Like if people want real news, they can get real news just listening in on somebody's phone. If they want was they that's why I don't believe the news because you would have I mean people would have a phone and people would be spying on them. um, Algorithms would be spying on them. If they seen stuff in that phone or heard stuff from some person's phone that was going to do something harmful, they would have already known and nipped it in the bud, had the location and everything. Like you can prevent crime if you can spy and send me ads for toilet paper. So I don't believe that crap anymore. That's what I'm saying. If you can spy on me and know when I'm out of toilet paper, then you know what's finna go down. You got phone locations. You got people listening in on conversations on your phone. You have all of that technology, but you can't know when something's gonna go down. Police. Right? Nobody falls for the okey doke who can, add one plus one. Y'all telling me y'all know exactly when I need toilet paper, but y'all don't know what's gonna go down. Did he not have a phone? Was his phone not updated? Did he erase and delete all his apps or something? No, lies. So if you just sit back and think for a second, just use your little brain cells and say, wait a minute, something don't add up. Then it will never add up, and you will be like fake news, and you'll just put it on your favorite TV show and watch some good actors, do some drama or some comedy and get entertained the correct way without siphoning your emotions or your energy. Okay. So, you know when I'm out of toilet paper, but you don't know when something's gonna go down, then we have a problem. Okay, you said phones or Ouija board. If that algorithm can't do nothing but suggest ads to me, then we got a problem. You said you dance in front of your TV, giving them something to look at. You said so they let this happen essentially, or they orchestrated it and it's fake news with fake actors. They call them crisis actors. But if you know when someone needs like toilet paper, or you know the location of a person, you know what they've bought, you know the places that they visited through, locations on people's phones. You know the combination of certain places being visited, the certain content being researched, looked at, the conversations that's being listened to by the algorithm or whatever of certain apps. If they can put it all together, if they buying all these people's, if they're buying all these people's information, you would think that, I guess, those people can't sell it to the police station or alert the police station. They just like, oh well, let them do what they're gonna do. They need their privacy. Oh no, y'all have y'all's privacy. We're just gonna tell you when you're running out of toilet paper, but you have your privacy. That's why I just laugh and keep it moving. Because if you can't stop something from happening, but you can stop me from running out of toilet paper, then we have a problem. All right. Uh-oh, Percy. Hey, Shira, I need help. Can you and your beautiful subs help me got to pass the math class tomorrow? Is algebra. I don't know no algebra. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I have to go back to school to learn algebra just to pass algebra, because then you don't need it anymore. One plus two is three. Okay. So the frequency of the universe, the program of the universe doesn't even use algebra. It just use zeros and ones. Yeah, I'm making it complicated. Okay. But I appreciate that, Percy Sprinkle Sprinkle. So this is why I have a problem with fake news and I don't watch it anymore. It doesn't make sense to anybody that, like, I don't need algebra to figure out if news is fake. I got common sense. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. But they do say common sense ain't common anymore. Mhm. All right. You said, as Medea would call it, algebra. She don't know nothing about that algebra. uh-huh. Just put the answer is 0, and you'll be right either way. There you go. I don't believe anything on the news except the weather that I see out my window that's been recorded on my weather app for the day. Like, unless they're reporting, like, things that are happening, like, "Okay, there's a basketball game on at 6 o'clock," or, "There's a traffic pileup," that's believable because you can see it. Or, it's not, orchestrated or fake. But when I see something that has too many holes in the story and that could have been prevented through technology, and a lot of the code in the city names and the a lot of the code words, code and names and things like that, and the days that it happened on and the numbers involved, it's too coded of a message to really believe that it is real. So I just chalk it up to sending a big message across the board, fake news, orchestrated, a way to siphon energy from older people or very gullible people. So I don't subscribe to it. That's why you can't a news channel can't be a subscription service because nobody will subscribe to it because it is fake news. Just think about that for 1 second. If you put every news channel on a subscription service, no one would subscribe. That is subliminal right there. They force it on you. If someone has to force something on you to believe, to emotionally grab you, it's not right and it's fake. If you're not truly interested in what's happening in certain parts of the world, if you're not truly interested in that because you're too busy trying to live your life, you're not going to subscribe to news channels unless you like gory bad stories or fake news stories. To find it, you're not even going to be looking for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like someone said earlier, one of the major big news channels had to pull. They couldn't even be a subscription service anymore because no one was subscribing to it. No one subscribes to stuff that they deep down feel inside is fake. You're not going to be attracted to something that you know is obviously a lie. You know, but if it's forced on you, if it's pushed on you, if you're ambushed with lies and with urgency, then you tend not to question things and you simply just believe. When something you have to choose something, you have to select something and get into an app or, sign up to something and pay monthly for something and actually take the time and effort and consciousness to go and view something. It's a choice. And so when you have news stories, it's not a choice. It's like almost a being bombarded with something you never chose. So if you think about life, everything is a choice, should be a choice. And if you don't choose to see something, or if you don't choose to want to know about something, then it should be a choice. You shouldn't be bombarded with it thrown in your face. And, if it's, especially if it's not affecting you, because it could be fake or could be orchestrated to create changes in the laws to get people to adjust mentally to what's happening with technology. Everything that is surrounded by technology, money, and the emergence of new technology and the exit of the old and in with the new. So everything is a cycle. So all these news stories and things like that are to program you to allow yourself to let stuff go and allow new things in and to not object certain laws from being passed because, oh, remember that news story? That's why we need this law. In order to get this law passed, we got to orchestrate this news story so people don't question it and they just go with the flow. So we can introduce this new technology because the new technology goes with the law. So it keeps going. So you're never going to get the answer that you're looking for unless you follow the money and the technology. That's why everybody's investing in tech these days and trying to get all this money because that's where the power is, the technology and the money. That's it. Everything else follows that. Everything else is orchestrated and works around that. Fake news works around all of that to ease humanity into the acceptance of technology. and to make profits. Oh, Percy Shearer, on a serious note, all the mass shootings got you looking at you. They don't got me looking at them no closer because you know what? Fake news. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, don't care. Fake news. Like, follow the technology and the money, and you'll be fine. Uh, they don't got me looking at them unless they got on a Michael Jackson T-shirt. I ain't looking at them. Mm-mm. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. So yeah, you said you wish my Patron was more of a class setting. I wish my Patron had more of a class setting as far as um, y'all absorbing the knowledge and learning what's already there. You know, half of the learning process is from doing your own research because then you prove it to yourself. You don't have to take anybody's word for it. When you do your own research, there is no question in your mind. And so that's why a lot of times, like the most profound people do their own research and learn on their own versus being taught by a person's because a person could tell you an opinion, a lie, something they heard, and you won't know it for sure. And when you connect all your dots personally, no one can tell you anything. You got it. And so that's how my Patreon is set up for you to be able to see how I think, how I work, put stuff together, how I decode stuff, so you can go and do it on whatever you decide to decode and things like that. Teachers sometimes handicap their students by telling them everything. Um, the best people teach you how to think and how to research. That way, you can learn everything and anything that you choose. And so, that's kind of what the news does. They sit there and tell you a story that could be 100% false, but will be taken as fact. When if you took a person that asks questions and does their own research, can debunk the entire thing, and no one will believe them just because they dared to question or they dared to do their own research until the people online, the youth, the younger people start taking screenshots, stuff not adding up, doing their research, and then putting out the facts very slowly and showing you that a lot of stuff is not what you think it is. And this is the correct way to do it because they can't really stop a lot of people from doing it at the same time. They can stop one or two people from talking about it. They can stop one or two people from, starting conspiracy theories. But if everyone did their research, everyone questioned things, they can't stop that. Okay. So that's why I do how I do by allowing you to think for yourself. Because without the teacher, how are you going to think? Without knowing how to research, how are you going to know? So it's kind of a way to push you to your own, level of learning things yourself. You said fear is addictive? Not really. It's kind of funny to me. I laugh at people that be scared of everything. I'm like, y'all funny. Fear is a form of control because, like, if you wanted to control people that you knew are afraid of something, all you have to do is just work on that fear. Like, oh my gosh, you shouldn't go anywhere. Don't you? Did you hear about A, B, C, and D? Stay in your house. Don't do this. Didn't you hear about A, B, C, and D? Vote this way. Didn't you see what happened? On the news. Vote this way. I'm not good. You can't control people through fear anymore. The best thing you can do is try to convince them through positive reinforcement or something that can, benefit them. The fear stuff is gone. Like, no one believes in that stuff anymore. Um, I know I don't. I don't just laugh at stuff like whatever. That's supposed to be scary. Mhm. Like, no one, but like I think a lot of people fear because they don't do their research, and that's I keep saying, knowledge, research. The more you know, the less you fear. If you ever think about someone who like has a lot of information on something, and someone that doesn't have a lot of information on something. And the person with the least information is going to be the most fearful, and the person with the most information is going to be the least fearful. So just learn, and then you'll be like, whatever. And you'll see how the news or the media sensationalizes and focuses on stuff that's not may not even be a factor, or to distract you from other things that are happening. Because I don't really believe a lot of stuff unless you know if it makes the news. To me, it's fake. Okay, if it makes the news on a mass scale, it was fake, because stuff happens every day that does not make the news. And like I said earlier, people go missing every day and doesn't make the news. Crazy stuff happens every day and it's covered up. So crimes aren't solved in one day in real life. That's fake news, just like on all the TV shows when the crime is solved in 48 hours or one day. Fake news. Where, you know, most people's crimes, if you ask, have never been solved. Who's reported any crimes? Ain't never been solved. Police never called them back. But you see something on the news and the crime is solved instantly, then everything is wrapped up and neat and perfect, and you got all the information and details and all this kind of crap. It's too convenient, and a lot of stuff is just coded messages to the masses in order to siphon energies. So to me, believe it if you want to, it's just entertainment. Hmm. The less I know, the better. Exactly. Don't even watch it if you feel like you're going to be on the fence about believing it or not. Then don't watch it. Just think about if you lived 100 or 200 years ago, you wouldn't even know what happened because you wouldn't have a way of knowing. Because it doesn't concern you. It was not in your town. It wasn't down the street. So, and it would never have concerned you. Okay. Hmm. You said if they want to pay for a subscription to watch news just to feel fear, exactly, no one would pay. That's why it's a forced situation. If you giving me something for free and you forcing it on me, I'm giving you the side eye. This free? All this news is free? Are you telling me that? You mean I get to know what's happening in a whole nother town or city or around the world for free, and you get nothing out of it but this view and the ratings? The more you sensationalize something, the higher your ratings go. Are you sure you want to give me this for free? No, you're right. Let's put it on the streaming app. Oop, nobody's buying the streaming app because they don't want it. So that should tell you something. If you naturally don't want something, why are you accepting it? If you naturally wouldn't pay for this news, why are you accepting it? Why are you letting it being pushed on you? Why are you allowing your emotions to be tampered with and siphoned if you don't even want it? Do I invest in stocks? I don't even pay attention to any of those things, darling. uh, I'm over here making my money. I ain't worried about that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all do y'all. I don't think about anything because I don't watch the news. I don't check anything. So I would know what was going on. All I know is I'm getting mine. Okay. Yeah. When you hear nonsense, you just rebuke it and reject. I know, rebuke, reject. Who cares? If you don't want it, don't take it. Best way to live. You think your mom thinks all this on the news are signs of the last days in the Bible, girl? That's why they siphon in old people energy. Soon religion will be gone too. They working on that one too. It's no longer a good way People are, you know, more influenced now by technology and social media. So, religion is kind of going out unless you keep it alive personally in your life. Um, so, if you go on TikTok or Instagram or even YouTube, you see more people practicing magic, doing manifesting, working with their own skills to attract what they want versus religion. And so that's also a transition. The religious ways are going to have to die out with the older people or the religious, fanatics. And they're starting to replace the words, you know, um, in certain Bibles instead of God or whatever with, universe or most high or all or whatever. They're starting to take out certain words and to replace them with other words that are more comfortable for people. And so I would say in 50 years from now, religion is not really going to be an issue. Like, and that's to me, that's really good because a lot of religion is oppressive in certain parts of the world. And the less religion there is, the better people will probably be treated. Um, and a lot of times, that's exactly what is needed. So the less religion in the world, the better people will treat each other. Um, and adopt personal morals and values versus widespread cultural, patriarchal religion based morals and values, which do not benefit everyone. So if you're allowed to make your own, personal values and morals, you're more likely to stick to them and not feel guilty or not feel any sort of way or like they're forced on you, and you're more likely to abide by them because they're yours. And so it's going to be a time where religion is going to be phased out in almost like historical thing of the past or like a relic. Hmm. Uh-huh. You're just saying no disrespect to that community. Okay. What are y'all talking about? You said trans is cold. Yeah, trans is cold. A lot of people that will ask you, "Are you trans?" They may be talking in code. Like, are you? They're not talking about transsexual because if they were talking about transsexual, they would just say, "Are you transsexual? Or are you a trans woman? Or are you a trans man?" When people ask if you're trans, that means are you transcendental? Okay. Is you transcendental? That means do you be going with the flow? Um, so unless they're being very specific on what type of trans that they're speaking about, then it's code. Okay. There you go. Transcendental. Okay. Look up the meaning. All right, there you go. Say transracial, transsexual, transcendental. What kind of trans you talking about? Transplant? Be specific. Look, I heard a joke the other day. It's like, I'm I may be fat, but I identify as trans slender. Uh, okay, if you can have trans, you can have trans anything. Y'all can't stop that. That's why I'm saying, like, if you start with one thing, you can't stop. If it can apply to anything, that's the problem with the words. If you take a word and you apply it to one situation, it's not long before that word or the meaning is going to be applied to another situation. That's why we have transracials, transcendentals, transsexuals, translenders, and who knows what's coming next. Okay. So that's all it means to me. The ability to transcend from one to another thing with ease. Okay. So transmuters, exactly. So if you ever see someone who's of a one culture or race, um, that's looking like another race, they're just transracial, but they have to stay transracial. They can't be flipping and flopping. If you see one person that's emulated, like how they call it culture vultures, they got to stick in that culture. Y'all got to be transcultural. It's trans vegan, trans billionaire. Okay, everybody got to be a trans union, trans something. Everybody's a trans in some part of their life if they're evolving in one direction. So if you want to be transracial, then bleach your skin or take melanin injections. Do what you got to do. You know what? That's a thing now. Okay, y'all got all the tools to do so. Anybody can be what they want to be in this day and age. Y'all got all the transplants, the bleach cream, the fake tan, the fake booty. Y'all have everything you need, the wigs, the contacts to transform into whatever you choose. Do it. Okay. So transcend to the next level or whatever level that may be for you. Transformers. Hmm. You say you've been thinking that too. You agree? I know what. It's like if you want to make fun of people, make fun of everybody. Then, okay, everybody make fun of everybody. If some of these people can get up and call, people's wives and leaders of the free world, wives trans, and people that are really good at sports trans and stuff like that, then trans can go either way. You can say, well, you bleach your skin, so you transracial, or you fake tan and got butt implants, so you're also transracial. So people are trans and they don't even know it. But they may not be transsexual, but they may be trans something else. All right. Do I have tips on creating morals? Whatever works for you and feels right for you and is most beneficial to you and those people that you love and care for. A lot of people's morals are based on community and what is needed in that community. Like a long, long time ago, before people cared about what was happening across the world, people usually made morals and values according to what their close knit community needed, and they lived by that code. Okay, until it was needed to change. So whatever your family or your close friends and families need or want to live by, that's y'all's um, morals and values. You know how like the royal families have a set of conduct codes and how they're to behave and dress and things like that, and they have their own little family crest. It's the same thing. Just make one for yours. Um, like the houses on at Hogwarts. They have certain colors, and they have their own crest, and they have their little set of things that they abide by, or things that describe their morals and values. The same thing. To do that for a large group of people who are very different It's never was never gonna work anyway. Um, so they tried though. That's why there's so many arguing, so many fighting, so many debates and things like that because you can't put one giant set of rule on a mass of people that are very different. Okay. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say about something that I know absolutely nothing about or care about because it's to me anything that's being forced on you so blatantly that you did not choose or subscribe to watch and stuff that doesn't add up and make sense. It's automatically fake news to me. Like if my like I say, if my algorithm knows when I'm running out of toilet paper, they knew, if anyone has a phone, their algorithm or the phone spies can pick up on anything that's about to go down anyway. And plus Google Earth and plus all that location on people's cars, people's phones, digital receipts and all that kind of stuff. People know what's happening. And if they don't care, then why should we? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If it's real, it's real. If it's not, it's not. You know that I'm about to run out of toilet paper because you see the little brown cardboard thing dangling on the little toilet paper roll, but you don't know what this other person's finna do who's always online with their phone 24/7. Then I don't know what to tell you. Fake news to me. So if y'all can't make it make sense, I will. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Fake news. Said Google Earth is creepy. I don't know. Google Earth know what you're doing. Your phone know what you're doing. Your laptop know your tablet know what you're doing. If they don't tell, then oh well. They told the algorithm when you was out of toilet paper. They better tell the algorithm when you about to go do something stupid too. Okay. All right. Eh, 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 eh. A stalker. What? You said you would like to transfer me to my Bible class? Don't put me in no Bible class. I'll start running it and making people question the Bible. I'll make people question the Bible. I'll be like, in the Bible, they'll be questioning why they even there. Then asking me for my YouTube channel. Don't invite me to Bible study. I'll just steal all the people from it and make them subscribe to my channel. Right? Okay. Are clones real? Go look on Instagram. Scroll through Instagram and don't all them girls look the same? Go to Instagram and scroll through and you will see. Okay. The most popular clone today has baby hairs, giant flutter lashes. The swoop baby hairs. Okay. It has to be the swoop baby hairs, the long nails that come down to here, the giant lashes that go like this. Okay. These clones are real. I've seen a lot of them on Instagram. Okay. The caterpillar lashes. All right. So to answer your question, yes, clones are real. Go to certain popular online clothing stores that a lot of the clones shop at. And all those models are also clones. Okay, if you want to see a bunch of clones in one place, yes. Okay, there you go. I wear lashes and the long nails, but only some of us can do it. Girl, how you wipe your booty with them long nails? They got like I seen this contraption online. It looks like a toilet brush scrubber, and you just wrap your toilet paper around it, and it's like on a stick, and you go like this. So, like for me, them long nails, I've been thinking about other stuff. Like, how you wipe your booty? Do you wrap the nails up in the toilet paper? I don't know. Like, now I'm not trying to be rude, but that's something that I think a lot of people wonder when they see them long nails. I'm like, how you get in there? Anyway, you said it's a no for me. And how do you button up your shirt? You be looking like Edward Scissorhands, like somebody got to help you. I mean, I had long nails, but not that long, and I could barely work with them. I was like, "Can you help me? Can you pick that up?" And be like this. Could hardly put in my contacts. So I know you over there struggling like Edward Scissorhands trying to button up stuff. Girl, you can go get a handicap sticker if you needed one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, I mean, if I had them nails, I would. If they're just for show, like if they're glue on and you can just pop them off and they're just to, for show on, on social media or whatever, or your artistic skills or just for like an evening and then you're popping them off, that's understandable. But if you got them things on permanently, then you are handicapping yourself. Unless you like this. Then you're gonna have bad joints when you get old. Fingers gonna be all arthritic from going like that. Okay. I think they're just for a temporary moment. That's a good thing. Okay. Mhm. You said you wasn't expecting that info. But, I mean, that's what I think about when I think about certain things. And why I mean, to me, long nails don't even mean, certain things. It's funny how, like, they're only kind of, like, popular in one branch of, society. You wear them sometimes just to sing along to Material Girl. Material Girl. Yep. Uh, that's funny. I mean, as long as you happy. I think this are if it makes you happy, like, don't mind me. Y'all know I make jokes about everything. But if them long nails make you happy and you can go and sing Material Girl to it, then do it. It's better than, watching the fake news. Go make yourself happy. Wear them fake nails. Figure out how to wipe your booty. Maybe you'll find some new invention or become rich by inventing something that's not invented yet. I don't know, but have fun no matter what you do. Okay. That's it. I think it's funny though. Like I think a lot of stuff is meant to be jokes and people start taking them seriously. And sometimes they just see how far people will take it. I mean, it has to be that. It has to be how far will people take this dumb trend? And then it's funny. And then you look back years later and say, I cannot believe I did that. That is hilarious. I don't know what I was thinking. How did I wipe my booty back then? I remember. Never mind. You know, and it's like an inside joke. Let's put out the stupidest trend and see how many people jump on it and see how long it'll last and see how much we can laugh at the stupid trends. Some like fashion from like the old days. Let me see how long these people gonna wear these ugly clothes. To me, it would be an inside joke and it would be funny to see how long people hold on to a trend before seeing how silly it is or um, senseless it could be. It's this is how I feel about cutting your eyebrows thin as a teenager. I know, girl, I did that. I shaved my eyebrows all the way off and tried to draw them back in, and they never quite grew back the same. And I was upset because it's like now it's like I remember I used to have eyebrow right there. And when I was young, I shaved them off for some stupid trend. They invent religions to see how many people will believe in it, or no, see how many people they can force to believe in it. No, maybe they invented it to see how many people would believe, and then when a lot didn't believe, they tried to force it on them, girl. Right? Like wearing Crocs. Oh my gosh, them little holes in your on your feet when you go out in the sun. You have polka dot feet when you take them off. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you shaved off because you got shaky hands. We don't need to have Bible studies. We can play basketball. No, you can go play basketball. Bring me the paycheck if you in the NBA. If not, then I don't care about no basketball. Okay. If you ain't making no basketball money, I don't care. They stole a lot of people's wealth through religion. 10% every Sunday, girl, to the building fund. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all better thank them gold diggers for getting it back from the pastor. Going right back into the community where as it should. We just doing our part. How you doing? Okay. Y'all better be happy with them gold diggers are putting that money back into the community that they church and pastors are stealing, calling it the building fund. There you go. Um, you don't buy Crocs. Good for you. Why would you? If I bought some like my kids bought some, but like that was years ago. And I have some gardening shoes for my outside backyard. I try to be proper and extra and have specific shoes for specific things, and then I don't even end up wearing them. Um, you said you from the Midwest. Where's about Crocs and casseroles? All right. Do I have any thrifting apps? No, I don't think I have thrifting apps. I mean, Poshmark always has like you can do boutique, which are brand new items. You can even buy wholesale on Poshmark, or you can sell it whatever. Um, yeah. You said Crocs and casseroles sound like good cooking show. No. Can you do a video on how to make life exciting when it becomes boring? Sure. Do what you want to be doing instead of what you feel like society wants you to be doing. I actually will definitely cover that very soon. Uh, yeah, we did get off subject because we stopped talking about the fake news. I just say I don't watch the news anymore because most of it is fake and orchestrated, and I don't care to involve myself in something I didn't choose or select to watch. If it's being forced on me and I didn't click on that, then I don't have to watch it. Neither do you. Uh-huh. Fake news take away from your good energy. I know. Like, just stick to the algorithm. If something going down, it's gonna show you. It's gonna show you what's going on in your own life. I'm telling you. Don't worry about the news. You're almost out of toilet paper. Here's an ad for Charmin. Don't worry about the news. You need some more Oracle cards. Here's a link for. Here's an ad from Amazon on some Oracle cards. Don't worry about that. No, you need to go get your nails done. Your nails are chipped because we can see it through the camera in your phone. Let me show you these ratchet nails that's real long, so you can go to the nail shop. You ain't got to do this, but you got to go get something done, child. That algorithm will tell you what you need. Like that's why algorithm. I thought it was bad at first, but it helped you stay leveled up, help you get in the right groceries, help you make your little shopping list, remind you your nails looking bad. So I'm starting to say, okay, I don't care. You see what I need, you see what I'm running low on. I ain't got to make no lists. Y'all got it for me. I just get on Instagram. Oh yeah, I need some of this. Oh yeah, I need some of that. They know I like cute little baby monkeys, and all I see is little cute baby monkeys with chickens and cats and rabbits and stuff online. Like, thank you, algorithm. That is so sweet. You know what I like. Like, you single? Algorithm, you single? Algorithm sent backdating app. So I guess no. So anyway, like that ever stopped me before. Algorithm know what you need. Anyway, algorithm will have you in love and you don't even know with who. I'm trying to tell you. Algorithm, y'all silly. Like I'm in love, but I don't know with who. I think it's that part. No, it's the algorithm. They know. Is it you, Al? Got you singing to the algorithm and everything, child. Like you know me so well. I love it. Why can't you be more like the algorithm? The algorithm know when I need something. They don't even have to ask. Now they can only pay bills. All right. The algorithm is the new Miss Cleo. That algorithm got it going on. I'm trying to tell you, if that algorithm start paying bills, it's done. It's over. Okay. I'm gonna celebrate the anniversary and everything. When the algorithm first come out, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, happy anniversary to you." Um, I'm gonna make a cake and everything. Okay. I'm gonna be cooking for that algorithm. Oh, algorithm. Y'all see my dirty dishes in the sink algorithm? Okay, you got to add for some dishwashing liquid up on there? Yeah, I know I need to wash dishes algorithm. I know. You can't do it because you ain't here. Then they start putting dirty dishes up on the algorithm. Like people posts with a sink full of dirty dishes, kind of like trolling on you. If your dishes ain't clean, then they put another ad up for some palm olive or something, trying to give you a hint and a clue. And you're like, dang algorithm, this is our first argument. Then you click on not interested on the ad. Y'all break up and get back together. Have you ever broken up with the algorithm before? All those ads that pop up that you don't agree with or like, and so you click on not interested, and then like a few days later, like they gone for a while, and a few days later or a week later, they start sneaking back up in there. You like, I told you, no. Then they keep sneaking back up because they spying on you still. And it's like, no, algorithm. I said I'm not interested. And algorithm said, you gonna be interested in me. Cause girl, I've been watching you. And then I said, oh well, okay, I guess if you like what you see, continue. But algorithm, they can't do it or a real man can do. So, it's not gonna work out. Sorry, algorithm. Y'all need to be too busy trying to stop the fake news from happening. Okay. Don't be worried about me over here, algorithm. You have more important things to worry about. Like tracking the locations, the receipts of what people are buying, making sure they don't do nothing stupid to allow people to think that fake news could be real. Y'all need to work on that algorithm. Y'all over here looking at us. He said, AI is hiding in the shadows. No, they're not. They be flirting and everything. AI be flirting and everything. That's why they gave Siri a sexy voice and gave Alexa a sexy voice to seduce the men. And then you can even change Siri's voice to a man's voice too. It's like even you can change the accent if you like, like different accent and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. See, AI is seductive, but y'all ain't gonna get me. If AI can't pay bills, wash dishes, and do what I need them to do, then they can't. The seduction only lasts so long. That's why they started making robots. Okay. Y'all know those robots that look human? Gonna be transhumans. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You ain't gonna have to worry about if it's a man or a woman no more. You gonna have to worry about it if it's a human or a robot. Is that a robot? That's a sexy robot. Come on, robot, do the robot. I'm gonna get me the Michael Jackson robot. Yeah. Design mine look like that one. I'm going out. Paparazzi gonna be chasing around robots. Paparazzi gonna be mad. That's a picture of a robot. Sure. You're gonna be out of business. All right. Y'all know my imagination can go on and on and on. So I'm gonna end it here. But like I said, there's more important things than the fake news out here. The technology is too deep and too wide for stuff to go down without being prevented. If it ain't meant to go down or orchestrated to go down, okay? Fake news all the way, every day. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.